A newly opened model. Open FLUX.1, Chanel's commercial version. This is the commercial version. Its advantage is that it simplifies the distillation plate. And the resulting effect is basically. The effect is basically similar to the dev version. Therefore, this version can be used for commercial use. Its official page is here. It is fine-tuned with FLUX.1 Chanel. To achieve this, FLUX dev a version of this effect. Details you can use LoRa to improve. For example, the details of the effect he generated are not enough to increase the details of LoRa. Then there are problems with hands and feet. This can be solved by adding a LoRa with hands and feet. This version of his is commercially available. And the advantage is that it is basically similar to the DV version of FLUX. I will introduce it in detail later. I am using an online mirror of Wuyangfeng. If you don't want to deploy and install locally, you can use my mirror to open it online. Ready to use. If you can see the first workflow, then you open it, just like me now. The workflow inside is exactly the same. All my workflows can be used. This makes it convenient for everyone to use it online. I will change one here to generate the effect. Wait a moment, forgot to introduce. If you want to deploy locally, you can open My Notes, click on ComfyUI tutorial. Click on this image version of the ComfyUI toolbox. This first one is a distilled version of FLUX.1 Chanel. A brief introduction. Model download. There are also V models to download. A screenshot of a simple workflow. Downloading workflow. This is suitable local deployment people use. Okay, let's change the picture here. Click on this world's top prompt word in My Notes. He will jump to the prompt word here. This is by year. Just choose 2025. Because I don't want to repeat, so the ones I chose are more practical. Some prompt words stored in. For example, if we want this effect, we will take its prompt word and use it. Then generate it again to see the effect. The top one is a Chanel model with this fine-tuned version to the distilled version. The bottom one is the official dev version that cannot be used commercially. We can open it and take a look. There are many. A model of LoRa. Effect control. Adding details. Or add creativity. Or the skin add skin details. Hand and foot repair. And perfect skin. There are also details of hand. I will annotate all kinds of LoRa here. If there are trigger words, I will write them here. If you don't write it, you don't need a trigger word. This everyone can check one by one. Use LoRa. You don't need to deploy this. Directly online. What I have, you can use. This is also available in various models. No need to deploy. If you don't understand this, we'll note here. For example, this condition is clear. Negative reminder words. I can just copy the above. Because using this node, It will automatically remove all the prompt words, become a reminder of emptiness. Connect to his. Just put it in the reverse prompt word. So his role is to clear the content. This is to clean up the video memory. I'm annotating here, available or not. Here is a special one. A Chanel version that he tweaked. A bit faster. This is the effect he created. Basically okay. Here is the result he generated. It's okay. Just like his ability to understand. But the generated effect is definitely a little worse than this. Of course, you can improve it in other ways. For example, increase the number of steps to 40. The advantage of this version is that it can be used commercially. There are actually no other advantages. This is one spare. Be prepared. This is his project introduction. He's still fine-tuning. The direction of this fine-tuning may be to make this Chanel. Fast. Fine-tune it to the non-commercial version below. Fine-tune the commercial version to a non-commercial version. Then everyone can use it directly for commercial purposes. Of course, if you don't consider the issue of commercial or non-commercial, then you just use him. But strictly speaking, it is not commercial. Only his version is the commercial version. After fine-tuning. Okay, let's test another effect. For example, this ancient costume. Then let's open this one too. Recommend a new model to you. 灯模卡斗 Add creativity and details. The higher you raise it, the more details he has, and it will cause some magical distortions. You can simply understand it as distortion. That's it. The higher the value, the greater the distortion. I'll be more obvious. I'll improve a little bit. This is also used below. This lure is very practical. Because this is the effect generated by the non-commercial version below. This is the effect generated above. Basically the same. His version is compared to the original Chanel. The effect is much better, so. If it is commercial, I am afraid of some copyright issues. This is awesome. Can be used directly to replace him. This is a non-commercial version. Let's use the lure effect here. Watch it again. Remember what you look like now. Wait, it will be different because it adds this creativity. We're with added details and creative twists. He's going to get a little crazier. Yeah. Actually, you can understand it's not great to start from simplicity. From normal to crazy in one control. The image below. Looking at his details will add a lot, and add a lot of distortion effect. If you raise it higher, his details will be more and richer. So this lawyer is more practical. The above effect on him. The impact is not great, but it also adds some details. This log is about the original version below. It is trained for this purpose. So the effect will be better here. We can turn it up to 1. Look at this effect. Now you remember that it is the slightly more normal one. The distortion will be richer later. Background details will increase everything. So he uses this to add details. The effect is better. But it doesn't seem right to describe the function of this LoRa by adding details. So you can simply understand. Let's turn it ordinary into a more crazy picture style. That's it. Stronger contrast, more details. This is hard to say. A little crazier. Okay, that's all for this issue. Let's go play.